Shit, Hey, Benny.
My name is Kwame and and I'm the executive chef and owner of the Shaw Bijou here in Washington, D.C. So all really happened organically. Wasn't really searching to open up a restaurant in Washington, D.C. or to really open up a restaurant in general. I was working at 11 Madison Park in New York City, and I was approached by Dinner Lab, which is a private supper club that hosts dinners in unconventional spaces. And they asked me to do a dinner, just a one-off dinner in New York, and I did it, and it went really well. So they invited me to go on a tour around the country using some of their best chefs that they've worked with in all of their major markets. And I started doing dinners with them. I went on this tour, and whoever had the highest score at the end of the tour out of these 10 chefs wins a restaurant. So I went on there, I pretty much was like, I won't really win, but it would be really cool to see the country. It would be really cool to find my cuisine and find my voice in the kitchen. So I went and I cooked my own food, and I ended up winning the competition, but I met some people along the way, and people that I met were Glenn and Kelly. They heard about me through these pop-up dinners, and I came and did a tasting for them, and I came to this location where Kelly lived, and I fell in love with the space. So that's pretty much the story of how the Shaw Bijou got started, and pretty much going to take you through the journey of how we're going to finish it. So the direction of the food is really a reflection of me. I think that's any chef will tell you that that's really the case. But in my case, I'm really trying to share a story with each dish. I feel that when a dish tells a story, it has a soul. You're not only cooking for perfect seasoning, perfect salinity, perfect acidity. You're cooking to share a memory with someone, and people can always taste that. My food is pretty much modern American with global inspiration. So it's a lot of French technique, it's using American ingredients, and just taking inspiration from different cultures, from what I like, whether it's a sauce from this culture, whether it's a way they cook a protein from this culture. I'm usually just borrowing different cultures and putting them on the plate. It's probably been about 2 years since I was in this house, when it was a house and Kelly lived here, in his kitchen doing a tasting for him. And within this period of time, it's pretty much been a whirlwind of traveling and spreading the word and spreading the brand pretty much across the world. We've been to Mumbai in India and did a pop-up. We've been to Hong Kong and did a pop-up. We're on television shows doing things, news segments. Pretty much anything I can do to really let people either taste my food or hear the story of the Shaw Bijou, and my personal story in general, is what I've been doing for the past 17 months. And it's been a great ride. I've learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about, how to lead a team, and how to just make this restaurant the best restaurant that it can be. And that's all that we're really trying to do, is trying to be the best versions of ourselves and just try to be truly ourselves.
Siri, would you please call Greg the Keener? She sometimes only knows him as Greg Vactor. Yep. Siri, will you call Greg Vactor?
Calling Greg Vactor.
It's Vakiner, but Siri doesn't.
I think Barbara Streisand called Tim Cook and said that Siri doesn't recognize her name, and she complained.
Really?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
I'm trying to figure out, and I mean, this is a small bone, but I'm picking a bone. Where is our food at? Where's our lamb tacos at?
Listen, you hold your fucking horses, alright? I'm gonna be back there in 2 minutes.
What? I have another question.
Should we fire up the grill?
Why so angry, little guy?
What's with the hostility?
2 minutes.
What's with the hostility?
I'll see you in a minute.
Alright, hurry. Wanna knock on my door? I'll be
Now,
waiting.
does these legs have some kind of a cushion underneath of it?
Yeah, here.
Inside?
Here's a little rubber.
Do we have an extra one?
pad.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, because I was just worried about that floor. Once it's on there, once this is on there,
What's gonna happen to it, John?
That's why you can't.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to
Yeah,
scratch
where were you going with
this.
that thought?
I wouldn't want to scratch the metal
you
on
don't
the
scratch
tiles.
the metal. Are you worried about the metal or are you worried about the
I
tiles?
drew this range on a piece of paper, send it to Heston, and like, it's here. It's in here.
How long ago was that, Jim? That was a year ago?
It's been a while.
When did we met? Remember we met at the Thai restaurant?
Yeah, right around
Yeah,
We met at the Thai restaurant, and that's where we kind of sketched it out. Yeah.
Yeah, so like here it is. I mean, it took a whole day to get this thing in here and like 10 guys.
Yes.
And then
now it's
today-
taking
Pumping it.
now it's taken us the last, like, I don't know, 6 hours to get the thing level.
Yeah.
Finally getting the pieces, the nuts and bolts, like tying it together.
Yeah.
It's gonna probably take us what, another 3 days, Benny?
Oh yeah.
3 days at least, and then plumbing
Yeah.
whenever he shows up.
Whenever Gary shows up, we gotta get that plumbed.
That's one thing you don't account for when
Yeah.
you're doing these projects is like relying on people that you've already paid to like show up, and then they're not here.
Yeah. Well, we got the bulk of the kitchen tiles done this week.
Yeah.
You know, I'd say we're 90%.
So what else
you
needs to be done? I mean, cabinets need to go in. We need to.
Well, the HVAC units should all be finally fully functioning the beginning of next week because they're.
Alright, so this one's
So we can wrap
It
these.
sounds as though they got it all
Yeah,
figured
so then
out.
we can wrap
this
these.
stuff will get wrapped.
And then Caleb is coming up with all the cabinetry.
First
and
week of
everything.
September. Yep.
We have to grout all the tiles. We have to seal them as well.
We have a lot of painting to do now.
As in we mean the painters.
Yeah.
We have a lot of painting to do. Because we're gonna do ash, lime wash all in here. Like the ash gray lime wash. So that's gonna be cool.
We got the final welds on this. This vent unit should be finished.
So it's not
next
much. It's a couple things. You know,
I mean, they're
it takes 3 weeks worth of work.
Kelly and Jacques are finishing the bathroom right now. You know, that'll be pretty quick. Then it's really going to be a sprint whenever Caleb gets all his stuff here to make sure that we have everything that we need from him and install it all.
And on the flip side, we got to start our training schedules. I'm still doing R&D in our on the roof of our apartment building. We have all that going on.
In addition to
trying
this,
to like put this all together.
in addition to setting up the talk website, fixing our
I hate the
website.
pictures on there now.
I know, dude. We look so bad. It's fine.
It's not fine.
It is fine.
You know, it's
we looked good then. It's been a year. It's been a year.
We've changed. It's been a lot.
I know.
Changed a lot.
So we gotta fix the website. We gotta update things. We got Olivia starting. We got
Tickets are going live.
tickets going live. So November 1, baby. Here we come. Here we come.
Stress is like stress is at an all-time high.
I've never been this stressed in my life. I've also probably never worked this hard in my life.
No, I threw my back out. I'm 26 years old and I threw my back out.
Well, you got a 2-ton range here, and you've got probably 2,000 tiles on the
That we put in
walls
together.
that we put in. So, with the help of Kelly and Jacques and
Kelly,
Ben.
they helped a little bit, but you know, we did that work. But no, for real though, I mean, we've definitely come a long way in this year. And the past couple months really has been the sprint. As soon as we got permits,
Yeah,
it was like walls going up, and
But we're still playing permits right now, still.
the last
Which is
one.
crazy, that occupancy permit. So. But we're almost there, man. I mean, Glenn was down at DCRA today. It sounds like everything with water and gas is like full on go.
Right, I like all the unions are
Getting close, man. Getting close.
Jim.
We'll see what the next couple days are like, and take it from there.
Here we go.
Here, what is this?
Reassess next week.
I came in to get those birds, and I came in to cook. It's like, I'm moving pallet jacks. I'm figuring out how to do all this stuff. Like, I want to cook.
Alright,
So now we're in cotton candy land.
Cotton Candy Land.
You can see. A lot of walls need to go up. Drywall.
So no drywall. This is all the MDO. It's that wood board that's going in here.
Okay.
So this will all get covered with that, painted black. This is black as well. This is they gotta take this back, and then this unit's actually gonna come in through here and down into the basement. So that'll like
Retile in here?
get cleaned up. This stuff is all ripped up and retiled. But that stuff should happen quickly.
We do the same tile in the kitchen.
Again, the same thing in here. Pink, you know,
Cotton candy land.
This stuff is all getting covered up with the same MDO.
MDO. What does MDO stand for?
I don't know.
Ben, what does MDO stand for?
MDO stand for?
Maximum density overlay.
Up here, the same thing. Everywhere you see cotton candy still gets the MDO, and then everything above that's the lime wash. Everything else is that dark gray. Finish up the bulkheads. Up here is pretty. I mean,
It's not
moving along.
furniture, other than furniture, which you really just bringing it in. We're
But
pretty,
I mean,
pretty good.
You know, Kelly finished. This bathroom is almost completely tiled. When Gary decides to show up, the other bathroom will get. We'll finish.
We don't need to see that.
Being tiled, yeah, you don't need to see that one. Yeah.
Nice.
So with the shaggy, like, you know,
the
Castle Black chairs.
Castle Black. The Jon Snow chairs.
The Valhalla Jon Snow Castle Black chairs on top of black, like, it's a patterned carpet, so there'll be some, like, whites and grays in it as
Beautiful.
well.
That's
It'll
good for
look super
stains.
nice. Yeah. And then everywhere that you see that's not covered with drywall gets that MDO. And then painted as well. Please don't do that to me. How you like it? And then, you know, I mean, literally the rest furniture wise, like in here, we're good. Yeah, it's done. You know, once the lockers come in, next week, 2 weeks with Caleb, this room's gonna look done. So the guests for the membership lounge will have the ability to purchase locker space when they come in with their membership, so that we can hold on to their bottles for them. They will offer a hunting service where if you want a bottle of 1972 Chateau Latour, you know, we'll buy that for you, keep it in your locker, so that whenever you show up, we already know what you want to drink because it's already in your locker. We can just pour it, you know, right immediately for you. Right. And the cost of the locker will be, you know, a nominal, you know, fee on top of your membership to have access to that for the year. But it's just kind of a nice perk for people paying to have access to the space, to be able to keep things in the space that they want to enjoy while they're here.
So the captain's gonna grab the guests from the bar area and then bring them down the steps here. They'll also have like a canapé, a welcome cocktail at the bar itself. We'll walk down the steps through this opening, and you come right into the kitchen, right into the thick of things. And sit right here at the canapé pass and have a small bite. You know, the canapé chef de partie will explain to you what you're eating. I'll be at the pass expediting. I'll come over, say hello, and welcome you into our home essentially. And that's the purpose of doing this whole walkthrough system. You
Come into our house.
You're coming into our house.
Coming to my house.
When you go and eat at your friend's house, you don't just sit in one room. You know,
Oh, really?
You just walk. You know, they show you different parts of the area, different parts of the home, and so we want to do a small run for it.
I'm gonna go finish my tiling.
Your Glenn's over?
This week.
I'd like to focus.
I like it. You've been glenning around. I've been verbed. I've been made a verb.
I'm done glenning around. I'm gonna go in here and
Everybody was like,
I'm gonna go in here and Gary.